Chelsea Football Club finally have good news. Tomorrow it's Liverpool versus Chelsea for the Premier League. Can we get the 3 points? But more importantly, we've got Christopher Nkunku back. Nicholas Jackson's getting off a plane and he's going to be back. Malo Gusto is going to be back. Pochettino breaks this all down in his press conference. He gets asked the stupidest question you're ever going to hear. And he gives us an update on futures of Broja, Chalobah, and Gallagher. This is a jam-packed press conference, very interesting, very insightful. We'll talk about it and you will enjoy it. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Kavkas View, brad. Tomorrow's game is massive. Knowing everybody right now, everyone predicts it's going to be a draw, including myself. However, it's the Premier League. We'll take a draw and run away with it, the way Liverpool have been looking this year. But this is Chelsea. We need to believe, we need to back this team, and the team is starting to earn our trust again. But before we get started and before we get into the press conference, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let's get into it. Pochettino straight out the back came out and said, look, it's going to be a very quiet window. At this moment in time, he is uber quiet. He said he's very calm, relaxed, lovely. He even basically saying, I don't want no one to leave, I don't want no one to come in. He does not want a hectic evening tomorrow. He does not want anything to happen in the transfer window based on his words. But at this moment in time, we've got these updates. Update number one regarding Armando Broja. Broja is set to be leaving if the right bid comes in. As of this moment, there have been 2 bids that have come in. Fabrizio Romano explains, number one, there's been a £25 million bid with an obligation if they can take him on loan from Fulham. So Fulham take him on loan, 25 million at the end of the year, hold that. Chelsea said, we want around about 35, maybe even more with add-on. Wolves have made a bid, according to Fabrizio Romano, and he said, Chelsea have said no. Chelsea have rejected it. Clearly, it wasn't up to the valuation of Chelsea Football Club. So it looks like, as of this moment, Broja is going to be staying and he's going to be part of the squad. Then, number 2, Conor Gallagher. Spurs tried to do a little jink and jab at the end. Spurs tried to get a little bit of confidence to say, you know what, we'll take Conor Gallagher. A lot of people are going to say, why are they doing this? They must be getting some kind of indication from his representatives that he wants to leave. I think the indication is from Chelsea. This is my personal opinion, allegedly, right? I think, if I'm a guessing man, Chelsea most probably said, look, he's available for sale. If you guys bid a right number, we'll let him go. Spurs bid a cheeky number to see if to test Chelsea. Chelsea said no, but it is coming out from Neze Cancela. Gallagher's going nowhere. Gallagher does not want to leave Chelsea Football Club, and he will reject any moves out of the club purely based on the fact he thinks he has a future at Chelsea Football Club. Nothing's been agreed on a contractual basis at this moment in time, but we will see what happens, because we had this with Mount last year. Everyone thought in January he was going to go. He stayed till the summer. Then people were like, well, he's going to see his contract out. No. Chelsea got rid of him and moved him on to Manchester United and haven't looked back. So we're going to understand what's going to happen with Conor Gallagher, maybe in the summer. I think this is for the best. We do need him this year, and he's playing a vital role. Finally, Trevor Chalobah. What's going on with Trevor Chalobah? Well, Trevor Chalobah is a player that basically has been priced out of moves. Clubs are looking at him, but what Chelsea want for him is a lot higher, and no one's willing to pay it. This has been Bayern Munich, this has been Atletico Madrid, and this has been Nottingham Forest or Wolves. There have been multiple clubs that have looked into him, and that hasn't happened. What about coming in? So at this moment in time, we know there are 3 players that are coming in. David Washington came in before, has barely played. I think he's had 2 appearances. We've got Moreira that came back basically to open up a foreign spot for someone else to go abroad outside of the UK. He's going to be in the development squad, and we've got 2 players that are going to be joining the first team. Cesar Casadei, who's got recalled from Leicester, he's going to be part of the squad. I think that has a lot to do with the fact that Lavia and Ogochukwu are both hurt, and with Carney's fitness, we're going to need another body, and Andre Santos looks set to be staying with Chelsea. He's absolutely smashing it at the pre-Olympics. He's been one of the better players for Brazil, and it really highlights to me, right, when there's an Endrick on the pitch, where there's Marquinhos, where there's Kennedy, there's so many different young Brazilian talent, and yet the one that we have is the one standing out, yet he's not getting a look in at Chelsea Football Club. So maybe we need to adjust our evaluation of Andre Santos. Maybe that's it. But that is the fix with Pochettino's comments of his stance on the players coming in and coming out. Then Pochettino went into quite a lot of detail regarding the players that are in and the players that are going to be out of tomorrow's game. Number 1, he said Malo Gusto and Nkunku are going to travel. They are going to be part of the squad. They are going to be involved tomorrow in some shape or form. fantastic. We need Nkunku, we need his ingenuity, we need his finishing ability, and Malo Gusto, I can't speak more superlatives about him. This man is absolutely pivotal to us, and we need to manage his minutes because we do not want to burn him out, especially when Reece James is basically going to be out till April. So that is a phenomenal thing. Number 2, Nicholas Jackson is going to board a plane and could potentially make it back for the game. This time, Nicholas Jackson, Senegal have gone out, unfortunately, and they went out on penalties yesterday. The individual is going to board a plane and try and make it for tomorrow's game. If not tomorrow's game, he'll definitely be involved with Wolves. He's fit, he's raring to go, he knows the tactics. You know the drill. We need a striker. He's going to be playing, either coming off the bench or starting. That is actually a very positive news. Some negative news is Levi Colwill's hurt. Levi Colwill's hurt. Apparently, it's not a big thing. I don't believe Pochettino when he says that, because these days we heard Carney's not a big thing. We heard Lavi is not a big thing. Yet all these players have been out for a period of time. I do think we need to ease up on the minutes that we're giving Levi Colwill. I did the maths this morning. At Huddersfield, his first year, he played 2,700 minutes in the whole year. Yes, last year he played 1,800 minutes. This year already, going into February, he has played 2,200 minutes. Too many minutes. Too many minutes at this young age. We need to ease him in, not too much of a burden on his body. He's growing and he's developing. We need to give him minutes here and there. Just go in chunks. You got the Sassy, you got Badiashile, and you got Thiago Silva. Use them. Do not rush this kid back. Ben Chilwell left back. We're doing well, all right? Trevor Chalobah is in full training again. He's slowly building up to returning back to the squad. But I also think Chalobah, if the right bid comes in, like I said, he could be off. There was a really stupid question asked. And I am very big on questions that are asked and broadcasted should be a privilege and not a chore. Questions like this make me think that these people just prep them 5 minutes beforehand. A question of Pochettino was asked, where do you think you would be if you had a 20-goal season man playing for you? And Pochettino said, I don't understand. Question was repeated. Pochettino said, I don't understand it. So the lady, if I'm not mistaken, said it in Spanish. And Pochettino laughed and said, well, we would have won a lot more games because to score 20 goals, you have to they would have contributed to more wins. Performances-wise, we've been good. But we just not been clinical in front of goals. So that could have been a difference. What a waste of a question. We're looking for tactical insight. We're looking for some independent thinking. We're looking for questions that are going to provoke a great answer. This is a waste of a question. And for me, it's very disappointing when someone has an opportunity to ask a genuine question and they just do that, because you're better than that. You're an intelligent person, because clearly to be a journalist, to work for one of these companies, you have to be degree educated. And more importantly, you have to be very smart to beat off other people for these roles. So please do better. That's just my argument. We know you're a smart individual. You're a journalist. It's a hard degree to do, first place. The final question that I thought was reasonable enough to include in this video is, they asked him about his feelings towards Jurgen Klopp and him leaving. And he basically said Jurgen is a model professional. Jurgen is one of the best in the industry, and showered him with compliments. Then he said Jurgen might be back sooner than later, because after he gets a little bit of free time, he's going to realize how much he loves football and how much football takes over your life. Because the reality is, the jobs evolve. It's no longer 9 to 5. It's 9 to 7. You go home and you're on the phones with sporting directors, scouts, recruiters, and all that stuff. So Pochettino is really complimentary, but at the same time, Poch said something really interesting. We're not there to be a part of their celebration. We're there to get a result, and we're there to do what's best for Chelsea. And I really loved what he said there. And for me, I think Pochettino singing the right hymn sheet there. We're there to ruin their party. We need to go there and make a statement. We need to go there and focus on our game. There is no Mo Salah, so we need to go there and try to be the best version of ourselves to get the best result for ourselves. And overall, I think this is an important lesson for these Chelsea players to learn. Distractions will be there, but we will be there to try to get the best result possible. Liverpool at this moment in time are better than us. Doesn't mean that we can't win. There have been many games when we were better than the opposition this year. And guess what? Opposition have got good results against us. So why don't we try to do that to them? We've got a good enough team. I think we can score. It's a matter of keeping them out. I think we've got Cole Palmer, who steps up in these big situations. We're going to have Raheem Sterling's got a statement to make. We've got a very good midfield, and I think they're a good team. So it's going to be a 50-50 game. I do think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be a scored draw. I want to know your opinions. I want to know what you guys think at this moment in time, because personally, I'm a bit nervous. I think this whole Klopp thing is really going to amp the Liverpool players up. They're going to have a statement to make. Liverpool's going to be rocking with Anfield, just absolutely shaking. It's going to be more than just you never walk along getting sang, and it's going to be an interesting atmosphere. So if you guys are going to enjoy it, hit the like button, subscribe, make sure you're back tomorrow for the review of the game. Peace out, I'm out.